the truth about limited and unlimited calling plans, and contracts. Notice, this presentation is meant for business customers and does not take in consideration the additional costs associated with PBX phone systems, phone maintenance, repairs, and other related costs such as utilities. Authoritel provides hosted PBX phone system solutions with phone lines, all inclusive. How many minutes does your calling plan come with? The chances are you'll never be able to talk the exact number of minutes your plan includes. Hopefully you're talking less than what you've signed up for, and you know very well what will happen if you go over your included minutes. That's right, you can kiss your savings goodbye. With bundled minutes, unless you're using exactly the number of minutes included with your plan, you'll be paying too much. So let's look at some numbers and graphs and see if we can make sense of calling plans. Let's assume provider A offers a 5,000 minute calling plan for $70 per month. If you use exactly 5,000 minutes, you'll be paying $70, which comes to 1.4 cents per minute. This is the same cost as what Authoritel charges. But what happens if you use less than 5,000 minutes? Let's assume you only use 2,500 minutes. With provider A, you'll still have to pay $70. But with Authoritel, you'll only pay for the actual minutes used, which is just $35. That's half the cost. However, if you had a busy month and you used 6,000 minutes, you'll have to pay provider A $270, a significantly higher amount. How did we get $270? Let's add it up. Your first 5,000 minutes were $70, and the additional 1,000 minutes cost $200. That's because provider A charges an overage fee of 20 cents per minute. That comes to a grand total of $270. With Authoritel, if you use 6,000 minutes, you would only pay $84. That's about a 69% savings. Now let's look at some real-life examples. Here we have AT&T's wireless individual plan rates taken on September 20th, 2011. You can see that for $60 you will get 450 anytime minutes plus 1,000 night and weekend minutes. If we were to combine these two numbers to create the best possible scenario, it would give us a total of 1,450 minutes, which comes to 4.13 cents per minute. The overage charge for this plan is an unbelievable 45 cents per minute. So by now you might be asking yourself, this is not a fair comparison. We should not compare non-wireless services to wireless services. Okay, let's take a look at AT&T's regular business analog lines. A basic business line costs $26 per month and has unlimited incoming and just 30 minutes of outgoing usage to local numbers only. If you go over your included 30 minutes, you'll pay 3 cents per minute. And if you call anywhere outside of your local area code, well, I don't even want to go there. I think you get the picture. What about unlimited plans, you ask? By now you've probably heard of Vonage offering unlimited plans. Here you can see that for $49.99, you can get unlimited calling to local and nationwide numbers. Although this might sound like a good deal, upon closer look, you will come across the reasonable usage policy. The reasonable use policy states that unlimited plans are not really unlimited, but are capped at 3,000 minutes. And if you go over this 3,000 minute cap, your service may be terminated. Go ahead and pause this video to read the fine print. And if you're still in doubt, check with Vonage. So if it sounds like too good to be true, it probably is. There is no such thing as a free lunch. Still yet, let's compare apples to apples. With Vonage, if you use your maximum minutes allowed, being 3,000 minutes, you'll pay $49.99, which comes to 1.7 cents per minute, higher than the per minute rate of 1.4 cents per minute offered by Authoritel. If you use less minutes, let's say 1,050 minutes, you'll still have to pay $49.99. But with Authoritel, you'll only pay $14.70. If you use more than 3,000 minutes, your Vonage service may be terminated. But with Authoritel, you'll still pay just 1.4 cents per minute. Now, there's a reason why I chose to use the 1,050 minute comparison. You see, in an article published by ABC News, shows that the average user only talks about 1,050 minutes per month. Still not convinced? Let's look at one more factor. How many phone lines will you need for your business? And let's also factor in the cost of grouping them together in Hunt. How much would that cost you? With Authoritel, you automatically get 10 channels with each phone number. Authoritel's 10 channels have the same function as having 10 phone lines in Hunt Group. They allow your office to make and receive up to 10 concurrent calls using a single phone number. This way your customers will never get a busy signal and your employees will never have to take turns making phone calls. The 10 channels are shared within your office. You may have more than 10 phones in your office, but the chances are that not all phones will be in use at the same time. The rule of thumb for calculating the need for channels is called the 25% rule, meaning, in average, 25% of your employees may be on the phone at the same time. That means 10 channels can handle up to 40 employees before you need to add more channels. To put this in comparison, let's see how much this would cost with AT&T and Vonage. With AT&T, your cost would be $260 per month. With Vonage, your cost would be $499.90 per month. But with Authoritel, your cost is just $1.49. Wait a minute. Did you hear that right? That's not a typo. It really does cost $1.49. What about the annual contract? The 1-year, 2-year, or the 5-year contract that most companies lock you into? Why do other providers lock you into a contract? You, the customer, should be very concerned about this. There are 5 reasons for contracts. Competitors are obligated to please their investors first, not you. Competitors want to be able to forecast profits to stockholders and their chief officers. Competitors are not sure of the quality or the price they offer, and they're afraid you leave them. Competitors lock you into a contract so they can give you poor service after you're locked in, and you can't do anything about it. By now, you've probably figured out that they really don't care about your business needs. They're just interested in your money. This is why most companies have no heart and soul. There's a saying that goes something like this: if you truly love someone, let them go. In the same sense, Authoritel cares about the success of their customers. So all customers are free to leave Authoritel anytime they feel it would be beneficial to them. Authoritel doesn't want you to be locked into a relationship you're not happy with. Here are the benefits of Authoritel's non-contract-based services. Authoritel is privately owned and operated. This means the only ones Authoritel must satisfy are their customers. Authoritel is focused on their customers rather than stockholders. The quality of Authoritel services are next to none. The cost of Authoritel services are the lowest. Your success and happiness with Authoritel services are the most important factor. If for any reason you feel Authoritel is not the right service provider for you, you're free to leave, and you can even port your number to another provider. And since you have no contracts, Authoritel must work extra hard to make sure that you're getting the absolute best service every day, not just when you're signing up. Authoritel has a heart and soul you can see and feel. So let's recap. You have no contracts to worry about. You pay a super low flat rate per minute. You pay only for the actual minutes you use. Oh, and extension-to-extension calling is free and unlimited. You have no minimum or maximum minute usage limits. And no overcharges. All local and nationwide calling are the same rate no matter how little or how much you use. You get a minimum of 10 channels to start. You get advanced features that no other provider is able to provide. You may add optional items such as menus, announcements, call waiting queues, day-night switch, ring groups, custom music on hold, and let me add that you automatically get generic music on hold, but for those customers who want to play their advertisements or some specific music, we can accommodate them too. Advanced auto dialer and campaigning system. For example, a doctor wants to have an automated system call their patients to remind them of upcoming appointments. And there are more options that we'll cover next time. Your Authoritel is fully expandable and will grow with your business. And lastly, Authoritel services are available in all areas of the US, Canada, and Europe. Authoritel leaps ahead in all areas of telecom. That's why they are referred to as the Telecom Authority. Please call us now to speak to one of our engineers and receive a free instant quote. You'll be surprised to how much you'll save and, more importantly, how much you'll gain. For more videos and tutorials, please visit authoritel.com. For Authoritel, I'm Nova Garagos. Thanks for watching.